Okay, oi, good late morning, Monday morning. Michael Venezia, head trader at Tradeview Markets. Okay, most important GameStop. Most important thing to do. Go over Monday's routine. Okay, Sunday night posted late. Let me move this up here. Bottom line, when I look, this is what's going on. VIX. No fear of not even a fear of election, not even fear of a contested election. Write that down. Noisy week. A lot of economic data. A lot of earnings. For me, it's almost impossible to make any predictions based upon long-term prediction based upon the current scenarios. An election, earnings, unwinding of the VIX, protection in the VIX, if you will. So after earnings and the elections, we'll go back to what got us here. We'll go back to basics, and we'll look for strong stocks and good trends with option sweeps coming in. Okay. It's not really a full risk on blown environment, in my opinion. There's still, rotation going on. The problem is this is the problem. The CT with the VIX a little bit elevated, the CTAs, need a pullback to continue to buy. Usually when the VIX is elevated, they can't really keep adding due to the volatility factor. But I said 1,000 times, once the VIX is like near 20, below 20, that's when a lot of CTAs or hedge funds can successfully go back in without feeling like they're going to get whipped around too much. Look at this fucking thing. RGC. You might have heard of it. It's got the move in it. 4 to 12, basically doubled. How you doing? It's done it before. It's had its day. It's gone from 3 to 36, 300,000 shares, but keep aware. I mean, it's one of those type of markets, if you will. Still speculation involved. Going back to here. Can I have something go freaking pop, please? China's stocks finally went. Let's continue here. I'm doing this injustice. Matter of fact, let me turn the freaking screen. Just. All right, coming into today. Hedge funds chased Chinese aggressively during the squeeze. Then they sold. Now they're up nicely. Leading stocks and themes, please go over. Industry group performance. You should know the top. Double click to always to enlarge. You should always know the top 5 to 10 stocks. Best of breeds, even speculative ones, bottom of breeds in each respective industry. I do. I should. Give you the historical performance of the S&P. It's up to you. Again, Chinese just saw this biggest outflow. What do they do today? Let's go to the videotape. Of course, I sold. I had Tiger. Hold on a second. I had this Tiger. I can't tell you how much Tiger I had. Executions. I think I sold 60,000 Tiger. I sold a lot of this freaking thing. 641, 641. The ones that they're taking up are the solars, Chinese solars, futures, right here. EU. ACLO is the one, by the way. SMR, new highs. ACLO pulls off the board, new highs. Uranium, NNE, I had the worst of breed naturally. Sold it okay. What else is coming up? Space stocks. IBRX, Meta, stalling. Tesla gave you the 3-day up now. Was in the hole. It was only open down $2. Gave you, oh God, I picked the Tesla 270. Everybody's happy that they got it. Boom. 3 days up Tesla at the new high. Starbucks, how you doing? They came out and blew out same store sales. Stock was $89 a couple of days ago. Boeing had big news. They can take a glance at that. A lot of macro stocks news that are acting more on, I would say, current market conditions than the actual news itself now. Royal Caribbean took out a high. It's coming in a little bit. Fine. Okay, what else do we have? Get into questions in. BST. Crude came down. Just noticed stock low. Nuclear. Just noticed stock low. Okay, Mick, you got it coming now. How could you notice Oklo? Because if you should have even your simplest of queries, like stock scanner for agree, let's look at the new highs. Stock's making new highs. It should be on here. Even the most generic ones, Oklo, Smart, E, Royal, Carib. I already brought these ones up. The market's freaking flying. How about this stock? Where's Gerard? Where's G Money? Sorry, Mick. Owen Semiconductor reported earnings today. Look at the freaking range in this thing. Up, down, all around. Owen Semiconductor settings. What time? Let's go to 4:30 a.m. in the market. Owen Semiconductor. They reported 75 was pinned this morning at 66 with a lot of volume. 66 up, down, 200-day, below it, above it, below it, above it. There's the Owen Semiconductor now. It's got a lot of Tesla in it. Delta, UAL, I'm shorted. I'm not going to lie. I'm shorted. Western Dig, IBRX, another stock for whatever you do. Price range, action, volume. Stock had Lewis was on this. Stock went from 3 to 7, huge volume, held the 200. They didn't even open down that much. Take money out of the market. NNE. What's going up on here? CMG taking calls into earnings. SMAR still going. SEDG, I could have been someone. Donnie Trump worked huge. It was up 7. We talked about it all last week. We talked about it on Thursday with Coach and I. If you think I'm a lunatic wearing a hat inside, I'm not, because hold on. Freaking getting cold up here in the Adirondacks. It's 44 degrees now at 11:15. It was a lot colder this morning. What else is going on? GME, GameStop. They've been taking up GameStop today. There you go. GameStop. Why not? Above the 200-day. Why not? Just take up to GameStop. Decided to take it up. Carvana needs no introduction to highs. Snow. NTNX very upsetting that. What's going on? Oh, solars, Chinese solars, Jacks. DQ was the one. Oh my God, DQ. Kaba. JD. Delta. MRX. What's breaking this? SUM had a hell of a move the other day too. SUM. Look at the range in some. Makes chemicals. Summit Materials. JP and the boys, they just sort of go by. There you go. That's flagging. You're going to short this freaking thing? Citi taking calls. Not in it. Big Daddy. Goldman. Not in it. JP's the one hanging up. How about Wells Fargo, Gerard? I didn't even look. That was the one. Wells Fargo, still the one. Smart. Smart's world. Smart's world, we're just living in. Oklo's world, we're just living in. Even if you want to listen, you have to be aware of these things. Even if you wanted to take out even if it took out the flag at 21, this is it. Even if you go on that previous scanner, stocks making new highs, even for those that are even on the more timid side, buy stop. The market's, buy stop, new high, Oklo. You might get filled at a buy stop with everybody. What was the new high in this thing? Watch, 2288. So if you put a buy stop new high, you probably got filled poorly. It was 2288. Not bad. 22. There it is. There's the stop. 2288. See this? Everybody put in the buy stop, and then they got filled. And then the time to buy it was the previous break high. After everybody put a buy stop and got filled 40 cents higher. You go, okay, it's broke high. It settled into that previous level. That's when you buy it. Oklo. Not hard. Morgan Stanley. IPI, IPI. I get it. I know IPI. I was an IPI trader, Mick. I get it. Goes with CF, Moss, the old AGU. I was an IPI trader. Trust me. CF, kind of like Moss. I know IPI. I get it. I'm not going to talk you out of IPI. This thing can go to, I've seen this, what is it traded? 200,000 shares? 32,000 shares. I get it. Micron's going up now following ON Semiconductor naturally. I get IPI. MU, Western Dig was down. Now it's positive. They're ripping everything in. Semis are ripping. Was something happened with Western Dig right here? See this? What's going on Western Dig? Just popped $1.50. UNG low of the day. They didn't get me. Western Dig. They didn't get me in the Widowmaker. I stepped aside. They didn't get me. Western Digital's the one. I don't know. What else IPI is on my watch? All right, Mick, you know what? I get it, IPI. I get it. Let me know about it. All right. I know it. It's on my 38,000 shares. What am I going to do? IPI. See, it's got it in it. I know this freaking thing. Good eye. Got to buy some. You buy some 10 lotto calls. You know, if it's going to work, it's going to work. It's not going to be like, oh, IPI is drifting up here. If IPI is going to work, this thing's going to work. So calls for me. I don't want to lie up all that capital. And I have to be looking at it every day, and it gets it down, take it 20,000 shares, and then I'm like, look at this thing. Western Dig volume pop. We're on it. PDD, ACLO calls, ACLO, ACLO, ACLO. Okay? For those that don't believe, BE spec power play, not in it. Shouldn't even sold it. Oh, play. I had this one. Don't come up. Ah, oh, play. ACLO, 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 bullish ACLO. You get the point. I even pointed out here, if I may, TGH. Okay. Watch this course. September calls. Next September. Iron. Next September. APLD. Leaps. APLD. I can lead you to the water. I can't force you to drink. I'm not kidding with this thing. I am not kidding. I didn't make it up. This thing was never even on my screen a year ago. UAL bearish. I'm sure that's positive. What's going on here? Any questions? Let's see what McDonald's bearish for in the video calls, all short term. Right now, listen, before earnings, there's only one type of calls I'm interested in. Those that want to step up going long term before earnings, and certainly those that want to step up after earnings. Pardon me. Any weeklies? Anybody want to, playing some specs into earnings? Not interested in them. There's a FOMO out there. FXI. Look at this freaking surfs up all over it. Larry, what is this on FXI? There's Larry. Love Larry. You know why we love Larry? He gets the coaches. Coach gets them RGLS, VTX. Any questions? Let's go to the YouTube channel. Love Larry. Big week, Mike V. It is DC. It's a big week. Percent gainers intraday. Percent gainers intraday. RGC, that will glue. Oh, this EYPT that worked. RVNC, Donnie, Laser, LBTR, Serve. Where was I in this one? This is inexcusable. This was a beach ball underwater waiting to go. Serve Robotics. Why? IO and Q goes. Why not go into some Serve Robotics? What is it? What is this one right here? LTBR. I don't think I've ever heard of that stock. LT, no, I'm only kidding. Sound calls. This is interesting. They're going to January. The old, I guess, robotics AR play sound. Get it? There it is. 578. This sound should be accumulated. Should. It's got it in it. Nine with the highs. I could have been someone. Nine. CVS. Lock. IBRX, Western Dig, PCT gave a little bit of back. Big deal. PCT. All right, you know what I mean? The stock went from 11 to 15, went up 50%. You pissed it, you're down in dollar, 90 cents in it. Your timing's off. Bottom line is you got to watch this sound. SOUN. The UAL coming in, UAL not coming in. Hurting the family here. But I wanted to break the open. What do I have? I don't have much UAL. I think I'm down 60 cents, and I'm not going to lie, which I'm short 4,200 from 77. It's 77.60. You know why I did it? Not gonna lie. I wasn't trying to take a stab in anything. I'll go here. For those that wonder why I'm no my losers lately have been coming. I've been coming contra trades. If you want to know. Economic calendar. Boeing. There's I posted the implied earnings move this week for options. This is what I posted on TGH from Jesse. Thanks, Jesse. United Airlines. This is the one. This is why I did it. Now, it's the most overbought in history. I'm not really in. Crude bounced. Crude is actually down as a lot as you know. I don't know. UAL. I'm not going to marry this thing. Like I said, what did I do? The biggest moves come from the end. I stepped on my own toe. I'm short a stock that's making the biggest move it's had in history. NIO. Percent losers in the last 60 minutes. What's losing in the last 60 minutes? Where are they pulling it? What's pulling in? CRISPR. That pulled in a lot. EW, AHR, CGC. Told you the marijuana play was bad. Don't play marijuana stocks. What's this? Go back to the screen. Dwayne Collins, DC. We need you to speak up with the stock. Not for me. For you. Earnings list. Here we go. Big best of breeds in every area. Some dogs in every area that might actually move more than the best of breeds. Me. Yeah, I'm not getting back in oil either. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what? I could be stubborn in these things, and I'm not. I could do a lot of things, but I'm not. But I'm not. The oil's not in for me. FUT, Tiger could have been a contender. UAL killing me. Zoom. There you go on Zoom. You want to argue? There's Zoom. BST, CCJ, NNE, SMAR, Oclo. I had Rock. Oh, you know what? I am short RKLB. It was just look. It was just up in this thing nicely. You want to know why I'm short RKLB? Because I came in long. It stinks. It was negative. ASTS, nothing impressive. AUR, Lunar, nothing impressive. What's going down here? ARMS looking impressive. Oh, and semiconductors ripping people's heads off. NIO could have been someone. EH, Becky, Square, Upstart worked, Reddit, Donnie still going to the high, Reddit, Planeteer negative, SCDG, Oclo, App. I think I'm short some App. All these China stocks are going higher. Oh, UNG, we're a buyer. Oh, we just bought some UNG. 13.24. Why did we buy UNG here? I know why I bought it. It's technical. Just got filled on some UNG. Bought 3,600, 13.24. Why? Let's get into this. Gappers. Why did I buy UNG? This is it. Gap, volume, right here. That's why I took it. And I have other bids in at 13.11 to 3,600. Let's look at my US UNG. So I have open orders. I only have another 2,000 UNG here by the 13.13. Do I want it if it gets to 13.13 now? Let's go to zero in a little bit. Yeah. What is this right here? What price is it? 13.13. I'll take it. What's this price here? 13.09. What's this price right here? 13.03. I might not want the 13.13. I think ideal is 13.09, but we're not going to split hairs. You know what I'll do? What do I have? I have 3,200. I'll put 5,000 be 6,000. I'll be 2,013.04. And that's what we'll do. But I'll buy another 400 now because usually if I'm close to my first price, I'm close. APP, UAL, you stink. Tiger, I had it overnight. Reddit, sold it. Reddit, sold it. We're not that good. Look at Reddit. I had a lot of Reddit. I sold most of it 82.10. I didn't want it to go to 81. It's $1. I don't want to be down another $1, but you know what? It's tough. Few too. China stocks all ripping up. BEKE. That was the one that took calls initially. Beaky. Wells Fargo, more calls. You're interested. G Money. Let's see how Europe closes. Wolf. Another one. Where Jerome? Wolf. Hut. Mick. Why aren't you chirping about Hut? Aren't you in this Hut? Hut. Hive. All the H's. Hut. Hive that go with the Bitcoiners. Wolf. Wolf. Market here. If you don't take, somebody's got to be taking profits here. Beginning of the day. The end of this day. EMPH could have been someone. It's the only one buying it down there. Coors, Uber, Walmart, UAL, 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 UAL. Let's not get stubborn. Delta at the high. No, Delta broke the open. I don't know why I'm fixated on these airlines and I shouldn't be. Next. General Motors, resumption. Hang in there. Affirm, Upstart. Glue. I was just looking at Glue. You know why? Because Glue just came across my screen. Glue. What is this? Glue Mobile? I thought it was Glue. Wasn't there a Glue Mobile? Glue. This is the weekly. First of all, the ultimate compliment is you go to weekly. All right, the weekly RSI 68, 65. So it's got some movement. It's above all the moving average on the weekly. The daily RSI 77 certainly can go further. And it's not even if that's a 1, 2, it probably goes to a 3 drive. Probably goes to 10. Fast. But here you go. They're strangling Boeing, by the way, that just came across. I don't know what they're doing, why they're trying, but they're strangling Boeing here. Coach, you know what a Boeing strangle is? They're going out to freaking strangling Boeing here. Trump hanging in there. Where's Delta? UAL. All right. Astro Gumbo is probably trying to short me on this. It's all right. VIX. SimCI. I'll try some 800 ON, 74.15. They'll do it. It's all about Tesla. Uber, Carvana, no pullback. Donnie Trump, no pullback. UAL, no pullback. ON, did I get it? I tried 800. We're in that. VXTX, Viking Therapeutics goes negative. This whole stock also looks good. This TGTX, you want to go? Oh, it's a bond auction. That's what pulled them back. Decent looking stock here. You want to buy some calls? TGTX. Therapeutics is the weekly, is the daily. It's got calls, beach ball underwater, right sector, TGTX. What else? Market's coming in a little bit. Oh, I sold it. I had it overnight. I'll leave it there. You know, and here's what what I'm seeing. I'm wasting everybody's time without giving good advice, good ideas. Bond auction tail. Here's the most active list for the day. Stocks moving in for a little pullback. If you want to see 10-year yield at the 4.276 highs. Percent losers. What's moving the last 60 minutes, if anything, on volume? DQ. Some China stocks pulling back. Big deal. Percent gainers. I don't see any VIX though. Nobody's taking protection there. I see glue going up still. Good call. I see Nikola, the battery maker. I see GameStop still near the high. I see CSIQ short squeeze. Donnie Trump is still up there. Hooyah. Naturally, solar, SMR, uranium, and XPEV. All right, listen, you want to know what I think? I think as of now, the money's been made. All right, with this Monday. I'm going to post the plan. Let's go back to TGH here. Okay, now TGH, this is it. Okay, here's the earnings schedule for the week. Well, actually for tonight. There's my universe for today. Always double click to enlarge. Or click movers, and this is it. Like I said, the start, or at least somewhat in the beginning of the show. Calendar for the week. Implied moves, earnings for the week. Like I said, the VIX, here's the VIX still. Okay. There's the VIX daily. Okay. I understand it popped a little bit. Gerard had brought something about the fear factor. There's no fear. There's not even fear, like I said, of a contested election. So it's a kind of a noisy week, like I said. For me, it's impossible to have a plan, a long-term plan based upon the current conditions. I get it if people do. I get it. I understand that. And they're probably very well more versed than me and probably been trading a little bit longer. But for me, it's up to the VIX and earnings until the election and maybe some cues on what's going on to the election, i.e. DJT, crude, oil, crude and oil. But you know what? This is what I'm going to do now is I'm looking for something else to say and to close it out. I don't really have to because I go here and I go to the YouTube channel, our red YouTube icon. And I'll go with Dale said to leave off Monday morning.
Hello, Warriors.
That's it. I love to hear that. Hello, Warriors. Good Monday morning. I'm going to watch that after I sign off. Then I'm going to do my usual homework. Stocks that are breaking out with range, volume, price action. Some stocks that are resuming, maybe taking out yesterday's low, highs, pivoting, whatever it may be. I'm trying not to complicate it. Less is better for me at this time. The VIX is coming a little bit. I like it to stay elevated just because the active trading is getting better. But until then, I'm aware of the environment we're in and aware, obviously, of the environment that might be coming along here predicated upon what I said. the TGH posting and what Coach says going forward, as well as your opinion. And we're open to suggestions and comments. Until then, Mike V, a long week. Don't lose your Monday. We're here. Be a professional. Get some pride in your fills. Right? Don't be a piker. All right. You see a stock that's trading up. You see a BMW for $100,000. Don't offer 110 for it. Get your prices. Have some